All right, take two. I accidentally hit the start button, and I thought, well, I'll just roll with it. But the camera was still oriented sideways. Even though I had set it this orientation, it decided it wanted to go this way. So, oh well. Uh, so I got up this morning. Didn't even, I guess I had a little breakfast. Had one of those protein shakes for breakfast and a vitamin and a glass of water. Farted around on the internet for a little bit. Traffic was looking good into Everett, and I didn't see anything hectic going across the trestle, so I thought, well, I'll jump in the car. And so I got myself cleaned up and dressed up and zipped on into town. I could have parked right in front of the stadium. I mean, all my fears of parking and traffic and everything were just unfounded. So, got off the trestle, straight through, make the left, make the right. I think that's Hewitt. And Hewitt goes up and over the railroad tracks. I could have parked on either side of that. It was not wide open, but there were plenty of parking spots. And up over the tracks, the next intersection right there, that's the arena. But I parked in the back parking lot of Lowe's. There's nobody else back there. I think there were maybe two or three other, well, they were trucks, but I just squeezed into a, well, not squeezed, but parked myself along the side there. And I don't think it was a 5-minute walk. So, got in, did my vote, got out. Couple hundred people sitting around out front, milling around, holding their picket signs and chanting, vote no and whatnot. So, got home about 12:40. So it was, not even an hour, 12:45, something like that. And then they just announced the results, and I'm still on strike. So, a little disappointed, a little relieved to know that it's over this go around. 64% rejection. So kind of figured that's the way it was going to go. Just reading the articles, listening to the people at the voting location there at the Angel of the Winds Arena. A buddy of mine called last night, and he told me some of his experiences over the last few days, and it just, that kind of figured. He was thinking it was going to fail with a lot higher percentage. I figured it was going to be a little bit closer, down in the 50s. But we needed 50% plus one to pass. And 64% of the group rejected it. So I know the big key sticking point is the pension. I read one article yesterday, or maybe it was watching a interview. Can't remember now, but they were saying that, if they're not going to give us the pension back, they better really sweeten the pot. Give us the pay we're asking for, and really bump up the VIP, the 401k contributions and whatnot. So hopefully this doesn't turn into a huge multi-month battle. I know Boeing is hurting. They did their big earnings reports. We've lost, I forget what they said, $6 billion. It's been a rough quarter for them, but, without us, there's no airplanes going out the door, and that's what we do, is we build airplanes, at least Boeing Commercial. There's the defense side, which does the fighter jets and weaponry and things like that. And then you got the space sector. Of course, that hasn't been doing so good lately either. So, but no, the CEO, I didn't watch his interview, but reading some of the stories, and he's saying, yeah, we're going to make some changes. We're going to be clearing out some dead weight. We're going to be trimming some fat and streamlining a little bit more. And it sounds like we're going to see a lot more of the executive level on the shop floor. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's not. We see them, well, very rarely do we see them on second shift. first shift. We hear about them coming through every couple of months. There might be somebody coming through for a tour. But we'll see. We'll see what his leadership does and how he changes things and get this company back to rolling and pushing out quality airplanes. And there's a lot of people saying, oh, Boeing's fallen by the wayside and they're just building junk. And, well, we're not building junk. There's too many checks in place to ensure that the engineering is good, but some things do slip through the cracks. But yeah, other than that, was going to go stop for a teriyaki lunch on the way home. I thought, nah, let's wait and see the results. Figured if it passes, I'll go get one, Thursday, tomorrow. Because then I'd probably just go back to work on Friday. That was the earliest I could have been back. But now that it's failed again, I think we'll hold off. We'll do a teriyaki lunch once it passes. But yeah. Other than that, didn't really do a whole lot today. Just been kind of floating. I wound up taking a nap. I didn't sleep real good last night. Miss Kuda, my big cat, she had 3 accidents today alone. She did them all on the pee pad, thankfully, that I bought. I bought a 4-pack. But yeah, two pee incidents and 1 poo. So I have to keep a real close eye on her. I don't want to have to lock her up when I go to work, but I might have to get like a large dog crate that I can put her in, put a litter box and some food and a bed in there, and I don't really have any place to put that, but either that or lock her in the bathroom each night. I don't want to do that either. But I don't want her peeing on the couch and the chairs and non-pee pad areas. That's the joys of having an older cat. Once we get back to work, we're going to have to get her into the vet. And she's had problems. I've never explored a lot with her. I've had her in the vet a few times, but just for general checkups. And she's been doing all right. I mean, the doc did say last time that, yeah, you can see in her eyes that there's some kidney issues. She's always been kind of weak in her back legs. She used to jump up in the window, but it was always you could tell she was unsure if she was going to make it. She's always been a big cat. But now I'm seeing she doesn't even try to jump anymore. She'll use her front claws to dig in and pull herself up. Back feet, I mean, they climb up, but I don't know if that's just the way she's learned to do things or if she just doesn't use her back legs. So, and then Miss Belle just sitting over there, she's been sleeping a lot. I mean, I know cats sleep a lot, but geez, I don't think she gets out of bed more than 10 or 15 minutes a day anymore. But, they're over 16 years old now, so. But they're still looking halfway decent. Still eating, still doing the normal stuff. They both went outside for a little bit this afternoon. But, yeah. Yesterday, spent a little bit of time. The 84 Coupe de Ville model we've been tinkering with, and I've been tinkering with. Got the hood and trunk lid painted. They turned out all right. I had to redo these because the edges here, for whatever reason, the paint just cracked and bubbled up real bad. I tried sanding on it and it just didn't look right. And yeah, I can see the sanding marks a little bit. And the low spots are not as smooth as the high peak of the hood, but I mean, this is one of the better paint jobs I've ever done on a model. I usually don't go this far on them. I've had them in the past where you ruin the paint like that and you wind up, okay, well, let's just turn this into a wreck. So, trunk lid came out pretty good. This one, it was bubbling up on the back here so bad down low. But, no, it came out all right. I'm going to let these, they're still tacky. this paint that I use, it sometimes takes a while to dry, and now that it's cooler and a little more humid, it seems to, 2X Rust-Oleum seems to lay down pretty good. So, painting it up to look like my old 84 Eldorado I used to have. I might do another one, just for fun, because Kevin had that 81 Sedan DeVille that was that two-tone blue and gray. I might try replicating that in the two-door as well, but we'll see. And then, like I said, I got the F-150 model here. We got to finish up. I need to do the gray on the lower quarters, or the gray, the brown. That's going to be that brown there, chestnut. We'll go good with the off-white. Good times. Things that I do to have fun instead of just working all the time on the house or the yard. I flitter around to different projects. Oh, and this showed up too the other day. I pre-ordered this and forgot all about it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I have quite a few of these, different models of, but I got us a big old Kenworth cab over. So I got a couple of cab overs, kind of getting into them, but it'll probably stay in the box for a while. I still got that double-decker bus too. Next week the rains come back. I need to work on this corner of the living room, get it cleared out, get that TV set up, and then I can start working on the double-decker bus. I got a sheet of plywood I can put on a table here, make a nice big workbench. Maybe put some trains out, have some trains going around. Start utilizing the living room, because I don't sit in here at all. I sit in the back room with the computer all the time. I may sit on the couch and read a book for a little bit, but not very often. So, anywho, I think that's going to do it for this one. Still on strike. Going to be out for a little while yet. No word on, and we won't hear for a couple of days, I'm sure, if they're going back to the bargaining table. Don't know what more we can ask for, other than, they offered us 35% pay increase. We were asking for 40, bump that up. Are we going to, hold out for, if they're not going to reinstate the pension, then are they going to sweeten the 401k? I mean, I don't know. The uncertainty. Well, we get to do this all over again in 4 more years. Sounds like it's going to be a 3 to 4 year cycle again, instead of this 16 years, which I agree, we need to go shorter time frame. It's just frustrating to go through it every few years. You work, you make a bunch of money, and then you stop for a while. So, but the bank account's holding steady. Spirits are still high. Weather's okay. It's not too cold. It's supposed to get chilly tomorrow night, down into the 30s, so I got to get that tree in tomorrow. Tonight it's going to be low 40s. Last night it was right around 40. I got a citrus tree on the front steps, so I'll probably bring it in tomorrow, and it'll be inside. So you'll see a little tree over in the corner here. So it'll be inside for the winter. It'll wind up dropping a bunch of leaves, and then in the spring it'll go out and it'll just go, hey, I got sunshine again. So, plus I keep the house kind of cool anyway, so it probably doesn't like that. But anywho, shut you down, get this uploaded. Oh, I did get some YouTube money. I got a payout earlier this week, $114, $116. So I don't know if that has anything to do with these videos, but if it does, thank you for watching. Every little bit it's going to help right now. I'm just going to leave that in that fund. Kind of like my strike fund on the card that they gave us. I haven't touched any of that. That's just sitting there. So when we do get back to work, then I'll figure out what to do with it all and set it up for the next time we go out. So, alrighty. Talk to y'all later. Be good. Bye-bye.